Hey guys, I'm Kat, and looks like you guys want to learn how to scream. And first thing you should know is always drink something before and after. Because if not, you'll lose your voice. And I've lost my voice a couple times. I've got strep, I've got a whole bunch of things. I'd rather have you drink something, you should drink something like warm or cold or something room temperature like water. I personally like to drink peace tea. Any type of peace tea, but don't have peace tea right now. So, you get a blue cup. Cups are blue. They're pretty, like blue cups. If you want to learn how to scream, drink lots of stuff like coffee. See, that's coffee. Pretty much iced coffee. I wouldn't put sugar in it or anything. Like, I wouldn't make it sugary. Just nasty. This is pretty much just coffee, instant coffee in a cup with creamer. This is like cinnamon craft creamer. I don't know. Main key: drink before you scream, during your screaming, and after you scream, because it keeps your throat loosened up so you can't scream. And the main muscles you're going to use, I've heard people talk about your diaphragm. It's not so much as your diaphragm, it's mostly your throat. Because when you do it, like, you can feel your throat sting. It stings a little bit, or it burns. Your diaphragm, it does help, but your diaphragm really doesn't do all the work. Your diaphragm's just only, like, to keep the air going, so you can scream for, like, a really long time. Personally, I don't believe all the diaphragm shit, like, because I can scream for, like, a while, because I'm in my school band, so I've been playing instruments that I have to, use a mouthpiece and breathe through. So I've learned how to, like, keep the air going for a long time, because I play baritone. I know VQ, right? So I play baritone, and I have to, keep the air going. So, like, playing an instrument like that, if you play an instrument like baritone or tuba, something like that, you have to keep the air going. It really straightens up your lungs, and it makes you stronger and able to breathe more. And when you first start to scream, you're going to want to learn how to bark like a dog first, because that's pretty much the foundation where it comes from. Like, it's like growling, because, like, you know how dogs growl, like, arr, arr, and, like, they'll growl at each other. That sucked, but yeah, that's kind of how they growl. And so you got to learn how to bark like a dog, like, wah, or wah, like, wah, for high-pitched screams, and wah, for low-pitched screams. Like, if you want to, like, learn how to high-pitched scream, then you're going to have to go to another video, because I cannot high-pitched scream. I try, but yeah, as you can see, Black Veil Brides, my idols, love screaming. So yeah, first you want to start out with drinking something before you scream, and while you scream, take breaks, like, roar, roar, and then you drink after. It loosens up your throat, so if you drink it, like, immediately right after you scream and during, your throat won't sting as much. And your throat's going to hurt when you first start screaming, because mine did too, and everyone's hurts because you're not used to it yet. And so I try to scream, but yeah, it doesn't turn out well. I'm still trying to learn how to scream. I've been screaming for about half a year now, and I still can't get it right. Pig squeals, that type of screaming, personally, I like it, but only in the song Bree Bree by Brokencyde. Probably play that at the end. But yeah, that song, the pig squeals there are amazing, and if you do want to do pig squeals, I've tried them before. I can a little bit, but not really. But if you want to try to do pig squeals, then I would definitely do that for that song. Like, start out using that song. And so yeah, that's pretty much how you scream. But there's a technique. If you can't really scream just on contact like that, here's how you start to scream. It's kind of like you're doing a really deep sigh. Like, there's the sigh method. You just go, like, you breathe really hard. Like, and then force out while you're talking. Like, start breathing really hard, like 10, 20 times. Like, make it, like, really deep and hard. And then when you're doing that, like, when you're making the sigh, like the really heavy sigh, then start trying to force the talk out, like, like, I can't really do the cough sigh now because I can scream, once you start screaming, that'll go away, and when you sigh, you won't be able to force the words out. You're just going to have to, like, it'll just be an immediate scream, pretty much. And so, like, you do a really low sigh, like, and, like, you got to make it really deep. And then just force words out until you get it to sound like a scream. And then the other way you can do it, which I started off doing this, like, when I learned for a little bit, but then it kind of started to hurt my throat and it sucked, so I was just, like, oh, well, I'm not going to do this anymore because it sucks. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to choke yourself when you do it. You're not going to do it where you can't breathe anymore. You're going to leave room for your throat to breathe. It's going to be just a little bit of air path, and then you're going to try to, like, do a really, like the coughing, like, like you're going to have to do, like, really hard cough. That's the easiest way to do it without hurting yourself. Like, when you cough really hard like that, go, and then, like, force out words while you're doing, like, and then it doesn't hurt your throat so much because it's using the back of your throat, not the front of your throat where you talk with. So, like, you do, like that. And so you choke yourself. You put your hands like this, take one, whichever's dominant, I don't care, in front of the other, and kind of cross them like that, thumb over thumb. And then you put your hands on your throat, hold it, like, kind of tight, like right at the front, put pressure on the front, not the back, not like squeeze your whole neck. Just, like, leave your arms out like that, and push. Kind of push in on your Adam's apple. Go, and it doesn't hurt. It could start to hurt when you do that, when you push on the front of it, but it's going to sting a little bit because that's, like, right where your muscles are and stuff. It's going to hurt, obviously. I'm not going to say it's not going to hurt. It might hurt. To me, it doesn't hurt, but it might hurt you guys. So, like, when you try to do that, just keep your thumbs right in your Adam's apple. Go. You start it like that. I'm trying to think. I forgot something. Yeah, okay, last one is, okay, almost last, if I remember everything. You start, when you want to do, like, high-pitched screams, like, if you want it to be, like, soft or loud, and how you scream, like, when you do words, like, I would start off when you start screaming, like, doing words. Like, start doing words. Like, start off with the coughing and stuff, like I showed you, the voice breath. Like, with the coughing, or the sigh. Like, use those to set a good foundation for you. And before I scream and everything, I will either do a cough or a sigh to warm up my voice so I get the right vocals. And it helps you a lot because it warms up your throat and it's not as tense. It helps your muscles, I guess. So try to do that before you start screaming. Octaves. Octaves are a really good thing to learn if you're going to do this because I'm going to show you how to do the mouth thing where the shapes of your mouth actually, like, if you notice in Black Veil Brides, when they're with the, when the lead singer, I think it's Andy Six, yeah, Andy Six, when he's with the mic, he bends over, and his mouth is open in an O shape. You can use the O shape, or you can make your mouth wide, to hear kind of like a smile, or you can do the O shape, when it's, like, straight like a stick. You can do many shapes, like, and then go sideways, because, like, you know, just like the side, there's different shapes. Just different shapes. I do the O shape preferably, and then I could do the smile, but it sucks. The smile sucks for me because I learned how to do the O shape. So I'm going to show you guys how. That's pretty much how you do the O shape. You just, like, scream like you start off with a whisper, like kind of how your mouth is, like, really tight and your lips are, like, really, it's kind of like a hole like that when you whisper. But then you get louder, and your mouth opens more when you talk, if you notice. Same thing when you scream. Start off with a whisper, and then you go to a roar, like that. And then you keep your mouth closed, like, make it really sharp, like a whisper, and you go roar, like how you open your mouth more, each as you get louder. As you get louder, open your mouth more. And after you're finished screaming, then drink plenty of water, or whatever you're going to drink. Just, please, nothing sugary, because sugar, I think it dries out your throat more. I tried doing that, and it dried out my throat. So drink something that's going to keep your throat nice and, you know, cold or warm, depending on how your voice is. Like, I'd say if you're low, like my voice is kind of low, not like really high pitched, then I would drink something cold. Something cold, you know, just anything cold to work. Yeah, anything cold pretty much, or warm. Like for low voices, I would do warm, and then high voices, if you're a soprano, then like that, I can't really do it. I can't sing because like screaming, it messes up your normal singing, and once you start screaming a lot, you're not going to be able to sing anymore. The side effect is you might stop being able to regularly sing, but then you'll gain it back soon. Or you'll just stop being able to regularly sing. Regularly. Yeah, I can't say it right, but yeah. And I can switch from doing regular singing to roar, because I learned how to do octaves. And octaves is the main part of screaming. If you want to learn how to do octaves, then I'll teach you what I know, but it's not very good. Octaves are pretty much when you, like, you know how you go like low voice, like low singing? Kind of like Deuce did, or someone in Hollywood Undead. Like they'll go from low to like high. Like their voice is how they range, pretty much from alto to soprano. Like you have to sing like this, la, 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 like that. You have to like get higher, kind of like you're doing opera. You're starting low to get to high. That's an octave. Like when you scream, start from a low to a high, kind of like I do. You can't really tell because my scream is like all mashed up and jumbled up. It's not really clear, but that's because I haven't been doing it for a long time. The longer you do it, you'll be able to do it. But I would, like, if your throat starts to hurt when you're practicing, stop for a couple hours, and while you're stopping, drink a whole bunch of water and stuff, or something cold, like I said before, something to help your throat. Drink a lot of that and wait for a little bit before you start screaming, and once your throat stops hurting, then start to scream again, and if it starts hurting, just quit for the rest of the day, and then start back up some other time. It may take days for your throat to stop hurting, but that's because screaming's so hard on your voice, especially when you haven't been doing it for a while, or when you're new at it. So I would try doing that, because it's so much easier. But I'm going to scream for you one last time. I'm going to show you how I do the roar. Like, I can do the dinosaur roar. I'm trying to learn how to do I love you, and then there's other things you can roar, but it's like kind of hard. Like screaming, you can roar different things. There's like the roar scream. There's, you know, the dinosaur language pretty much is they classify it, and there's just different ones like dinosaur language, regular screaming, band screaming, screamo band singing. You know, different ones. But this is how you do the dinosaur one. Roar! That was dinosaur scream. If you didn't notice, but yeah. Okay, so thanks. I hope you liked it. Sub me.